Yo, what's up? What's up? What up, my people? What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. And this episode, once again, is sponsored by Match Bout. Follow Match Bout Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Match Bout, the best sponsorship in the land. Shout outs to my brother Shannon Brown. How's everybody feeling? As of like it was this morning, the weather's still nasty out here in the Big Apple. Uh, I stepped out to go to the store to go get something. It was like, man, store is just like right across the street from me, and this weather's disrespectful. It's crazy, man. But it is what it is. But what's up with everybody, man? Once again, I hope everybody who's on their way to going where they're going. I'm sorry, y'all. Phone was still on. Once again, everybody who's going to wherever it is they need to go. Um, Safe travels. Safe travels out here. Everybody's getting out of school now, so please, safe travels. Everybody be safe out here. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay. Tomorrow. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, I was on IG earlier today. Um, Talking with the fam. Of course, I was bringing up the whole press conference that I was at yesterday, and that was an honor and pleasure to be a part of. So now, and the other day too, I brought up the whole 140-pound division, speaking about them. But now I'm back again to speak about 140. But I'm here to speak about a guy who can possibly also be a big time player at 140. That we hear people mention his name, but we don't give him much credit. And they refer to him like they refer to Devin Haney as calling him pillow fisted, which I don't agree with that. But these are people who don't obviously know nothing about the sport of boxing. Yes, he'll be fighting live this Saturday in Las Vegas. My man Richard Hitchins, aka Africa, will be getting it in Saturday, man. I don't hear too many people talking about it. You hear them only mention his name at 140. They ain't gonna talk about it because now y'all just wanna Spence is back in the picture, so now y'all want to drag that. So now it's Spence, Fedora, Tim Zoo, Crawford. Now y'all got them to talk about. It's still find ways to bring up Devin Tank Shakur. I don't know how many times somebody's gonna keep telling you guys this, that we got to get back to respecting that when it's fight week, we have to take the attention off of everything else and pay attention to what we should be paying attention to. But it is what it is. Let's get into it, y'all. All right. So, my newcomers, my regulars, everybody, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Um, Hitchins is a big time player at 140. Um, I don't know much about his opponent this week, and to be honest with you, I really don't give a damn. I might take the time and look at him. Sometimes we have to know who these opponents are because we can't sleep on nobody. Doesn't matter what somebody's ranked, because if you just look at people who's ranked high They think they the best in the world. You got some people who's ranked low that's better than the people at top. Well, if well, why they rank low? Well, sanctions. They don't have a opportunity to showcase their talent like the top guys do. So things happen. You know, boxing's it's a funny business, but Hitchins, and I've seen him. You know, been in the gym with him and watched him. You know, watched his grind, watched him spar. Um, and I'm telling y'all right now, y'all could talk about all these other guys at 140 if you want, but you cannot mention anybody at 140 if you're not going to mention Hitchins. Hitchins, you got to mention him. It's no way. It's no way around that. Um, and him and Devin Haney for some reason. Um, they just remind me of each other a lot. I don't know what it is. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do something. For some reason I'm not getting through. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, was trying to do something, but it wasn't working. But it's all right. I don't know why it's not working. We're going to try this again. Oh, hold on. Copy. Okay. So anyway, we seen him in some fights. We might not see him in the fights that we want to see him in, but I'm hoping at some point between this year and next year, we can see him in something. You start going down the list of guys at 40, and you don't realize there's some guys at 40s that are a threat. Gary Antoine Russell, Matias. I would even like to see Tiafimo and Hitchins if that was to happen. You got Spark. What's up, my New York brother? So it's a lot of smoke, but definitely Hitchison is, or Hitchins, I should say, um, is somebody that we need to pay attention to a little more and not just throw his name because because he's in 140. I'm telling you right now, I think he'll give a lot of people a run for their money. Zeus, what's up, my brother?
Hey, what's up with you, bro? How you living?
Ah, man, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Hey, man, it is what it is, bro. Just enjoying ourselves.
What's up, man? You know you the hardest working man, so you know I got to check in with you, man. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, just kind of looking at all these different moves. It's a lot of movement going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of movement going on in these different weight classes. You feel me?
Yeah. How you feel
Your,
about him?
hey, I'm not mad. Your boy Pitbull Cruz just moved up to the number one spot. I mean, the number fifth spot in his division. So he's top 10 at 140. You know. Valdez
Yeah.
moves up to the number five spot at the 130 division. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Your boy Fundora is now jumping up at least three or four spots. You know, so it's all good. Your boy Serhi Buhachik that just beat Brian Mendoza. He moved up to the number five spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You know, it's different. So we're gonna see what else goes off. We're gonna see what else happens. So um, Tim Zoo is now in the number two spot at 154, with obviously Sebastian Lindor at the number one spot. So it's a lot of movement going on. A lot of stuff happening at 130, 140, 154. So we'll just see kind of what goes down.
Yeah, yeah. So Saturday, Richard Hitchins will be
Oh, he fighting Gustavo.
yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be a
yeah,
good one.
yeah. So I'm seeing that nobody else is talking about it because a lot of y'all don't have nothing to talk about, man. It's the same shit every time I turn around, and I'm like, well, nobody else is going to talk about him. Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah,
And it's just crazy. I'm like, well, it's fight week. And here it is. We're still on Fedora and Tim, and even though it was a great fight, I'm like, okay, they had their week already. And it's not something that we could just stop talking about because that was a hell of a fight. But I'm like, we got to know how to. Okay, they had their week. Now it's on to the next one. And Hitchens, even though some people might not be familiar with his opponent, it doesn't matter. I'm happy to see it. Because that brother is very talented, and that's crazy because they call him pillow fisted. They call Devin pillow fisted, but I'm like, shit, they so pillow fisted. But tell your favorite fighters to fight them.
exactly. It's crazy, man.
I don't
This is
get
what we
that.
gotta deal with. Yeah, man. What it is, what it is, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody that fought this weekend. But and or that's fighting this weekend. We just want to shed light to Richardson Hitchens, Gustavo Daniel Lemos. They'll be fighting in the junior welterweight division. You got Diego
yeah.
Pacheco and Sean McCollum. They're fighting in the super middleweight division. Galal Yaffe is fighting Augustine Mauro Gauto. They're fighting in the flyweight division. And of course, Mark Castro and Abraham Montoya are fighting in the junior lightweight division. Sky Nicholson and Sarah Mafad are fighting for that vacant women's WBC featherweight title. So we got a lot going on this weekend.
Oh, is that all? Is that all? The zone? That's all Matchroom.
Yeah, that's all the zone. Yeah, that's all on the same zone card.
Okay,
Yeah. So we'll
I
have
just
a
wanted to be sure.
yeah. So we're gonna be cool. I'm a big fan of giving everybody their flowers while they can smell it. So shout out to these folks, these guys and girls that are fighting this weekend coming up, and make sure everybody tunes into that so they can see some good boxing. Man, we had 52 out of the 54 fights happen last week. And not too many people are talking about it. So we just want to
They're
shed light,
not, they're
just to
not
make
gonna
sure
do it.
everybody.
They're not gonna do it. Not because the fights wasn't good, because everybody wants to stick to the bandwagon. Everybody wants to
Right.
jump on the bandwagon, and everybody thinks that if I stick to this fighters or these particular fighters or this particular conversation, this is how I get the views. And I'm like, listen, if that's all that matters to you, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
That's
Oh, I
facts,
got
man. That's
no
facts.
YouTube pays me. I don't give a damn what they pay you. Stay true to what you do. Because the same way I stay true to what I do now is not gonna be no different from when I start getting paid. I'm still going to be me. People get money. This is how you know people ain't never had money before or a certain amount of money. People get money and they don't know how to act. They change their whole persona. And to me, that's not cool. Um, You got to stay doing what you're doing. But like you said, nobody talks about it. And it's sad nobody talks about it. Everybody wants to talk about the same damn thing. And it's super annoying.
Yeah, man. You know how that go, bro. Like, I think the worst
Yeah,
part about it is just knowing that, you know, 52 fights happened last week,
yeah,
and the only thing that people are talking about is Earl Spence getting in the ring, after the Fedora fight, and it's like, bruh, that's just so disingenuous to the other fights that have, like, nobody's celebrating Fedora for winning. Nobody's celebrating Tim Zoo, which, to be honest, he went out on his shield like a warrior because he got the cut in the second round. They could have conceded the match. It would have been a no contest. He would have still kept the belt. They could
yeah.
have rematched it. He decided, nah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna fight all 12 rounds with blood dripping all down me, and I'm gonna, do the best that I can. And it still went to the points. So you know what I'm saying. Shout out to him for being a warrior. But you know what I'm saying. The only thing that we hearing about is Errol Spence jumped in the ring. You know what I'm saying. So I ain't really trying to hear that too much, man.
No, and like I said, it just it ticks me off. But I'm like, you know what? People got to do what work for them. But over here, I'm about giving fighters their flowers. And if y'all gonna sit and talk about everything else, I'm just not gonna do it. I have to do. People got to do what works for them. But I'm the type of guy where if you feel like my channel's not the channel you want to come to or listen to me because I don't want to talk about your favorite fighter or the favorite fighter that you constantly like to suck off, then I'm sorry, this ain't the channel for you because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna like I can't wake up on Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday and say I'm just gonna talk about the same five fighters every day.
And what make it so bad, bro? I think if you take a whole week and not talk about Spence, Bud, Tank, Canelo, you take them four out of there, right? There's
Yeah,
still a lot that you could talk about. Like let's be honest. None of those guys fought this weekend. None of them fought this weekend.
no,
So we don't even need to talk about them if we're being honest. You know,
no.
I think people, they're gonna have a lot to say about the Rolly Pitbull fight, but shout out to Pitbull for jumping up, to 140 and fighting a champion. No matter what they say, they're gonna call him a clown, they're gonna call him whatever. But Pitbull now holds a belt at 140. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. A shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that won a belt, even Serhii Bohuchuk,
Just
who
you
beat
know what
Brian
the
Mendoza.
sad thing about it, Zeus, is that we get on these fighters for not doing what we think they should do, but we don't do what we should do as fans neither sometimes because we always are going out of our way to either talk about the same fighters or we don't correct these fighters when they're in the wrong, telling them what they should be doing. This is the move you should be making, man. This is what we don't do it. So, especially, and I always stress this as the media, as the content creators, man, like, come on, we can't be out here sugarcoating shit. This shit look crazy. Condo Local Sports, salute my brother. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I love about my brother right here, Condo Local Sports? You, he you'll never see him have the same conversations on his channel about the same fighters. He's gonna bring you some fighters either you don't know or he's gonna voice his opinion about the fighters we do know. But he's always gonna bring you somebody that you might have never heard of. You be like, damn, I ain't never heard of dude. Because in Florida, there's a lot of heavy hitters in Florida, man. I don't care if it's
Oh
Orlando,
yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida. It's a lot of so that's what I love that, and I haven't watched my brother Connor in a while. I got to get back to watching my brother because he's very knowledgeable and he's actually in the boxing game. He's not just a content creator. It's deeper than that with him. He's actually in the circle of a lot of winners, but I don't get it. I don't get it, Zeus, and it bothers me because even the first time when you came on and started, joining my live, even back then I used to try to understand, like, damn, bro, what's wrong with people? You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, I think when you joined at this time, I think it was the day. I think you came on. If I'm not mistaken, correct me. Was it the day after Bud and Spence fought?
Yeah, that's when we first started talking. Was literally
That's when we
right the
first
day
started
after Bud
talking.
and Spence.
After the Bud is, damn, man, it's been time that went by that fast, Zeus.
Yeah, man, it's been that long, bro. Because right after we started talking, I found out about the link up that you had, last year, and I was like, ooh, if I'd have known just 2 or 3 weeks earlier, I'd have made that move. You know what I'm saying?
I've been off the grid. My channel been taking it easy, doing lives and uploading. Yeah, I know you. I know you busy. You also have a 9 to 5, so I know kind of. I know you. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It happens. And sometimes, Kano, to be honest with you, sometimes shit you gotta because these people don't make it fun no more. They don't make it fun no more. They make it where you don't even want to do it anymore. You just want to take a break. But me, I have a responsibility, so I can't take a break. I gotta keep on.
But you know what?
Yeah, yeah, Connor. I know. I know, Connor.
I'm gonna push a crazy narrative, right? People not gonna like this. People didn't like when I said that, the Mexicans wanted to see Jaime and Canelo. People hated that. I was saying that back in November. People hated that. And here they are about to fight. Do not be surprised if Sebastian Fundora decides he wants to make a run at being undisputed at 154. I'm gonna say it again. Do not be surprised if Sebastian Fundora decides he wants to make a run for the undisputed at 154, because Sebastian Fedora, he now has two belts. I don't think people understand that. He has the WBO and he has the WBC. Obviously, sir, he is the mandatory, so he may drop the WBC, but in the event that he decides he wants to keep those belts, you might see him fighting for the vacant IBF belt, or he might fight Israel Madrimov for the WBA.
Yeah. He said Fedor won't go far. He will get knocked out sooner than folks think. Again, well, yeah, it depends on who we talking about. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. After seeing Saturday, man, it's gonna be something with him. He's special though, man. He's a special kid. I like him. I always been a fan of him, even after he got knocked out. I still was a fan of him. You know what I mean? And he hung in there Saturday. He hung in there Saturday,
I
man.
think
So
what
I can't get
people
mad
don't
at
see
him.
this about Sebastian, right? People don't see that this is a guy who, out of the 21 times he's won, he's had 13 knockouts, right? So that's 62% knockout. But he's hurt a lot of the guys that he's fought. Just because it goes the distance, or just because somebody doesn't fall doesn't mean that they're not hurt. He definitely hurts people. So we'll see what happens with the rest of 154. He's a super tall guy that should be moving up in weight class, but if he wants to chase 154 and chase greatness, he can. He's the tallest guy down there. So, you know,
Yeah. What is the future, in your opinion? What is the future for 140 right now?
say that one more time.
In your opinion, what is the future for 140? Since we're speaking about Hitchison, and we just seen Pitbull do what he do. What is the future for 140? What do you think?
140 is going to be a circus for the next couple months. I'm going to tell you why. At 140, you have Teofimo Lopez holds a belt, Subriel Matias holds a belt, Devin Haney holds a belt, and Pitbull holds a belt with Ishmael Barroso with the WB interim. So they're going to make him the mandatory soon, right? The thing about it is everybody's looking for their biggest payday. Everybody wants a Ryan Garcia type fight where they know they could beat on this dude and get a lot of money because they're going to get a lot of views. That's what they
Yeah.
want. Teofimo Lopez is looking for a big check. You heard what his father said. He wants a couple million. So he need to go talk to them Saudi Arabians to see if he can get that. Subriel Matias, he got a fight coming up in July. He fighting Liam Paro, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one because if Liam can keep his O, which I don't think he will, but if Liam could keep his O, then you get Teofimo Lopez versus Liam Paro. That's going to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? I think Devin
Yeah.
Haney, his days at 140 are coming to an end. I think he wants to move up. Everybody keeps talking about weight bully, weight bully, weight bully. Like Devin Haney's when he fights Ryan, he's gonna be a big boy. He's not gonna be at 140. He's gonna be a big boy when he goes in there to fight Ryan Garcia. And Pitbull, I don't know, man. I don't know. Pitbull, he may have Kenneth Sims in front of him. He may have Alberto Puello in front of him, Nestor Bravo, Jack Catterall, Lahara Davies, Julian Smith might want to get in there. So 140 looks. It can be either really, really, really promising, or it could be the big circus that we already getting in 2024. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, to me, things had just got interesting, and I was talking about 140, I think just the other day. So, but um, when I look at Hitchins, and I'm like, yo, man, And you got him, you got Gary Antoine. I think I'm gonna talk about him too. Probably later on. I'm gonna get into him. Actually, he's live right now with Blue. Blue has him on. Blue Blood Sports TV is actually has him as a special guest right now. Um, hey, I would love to see him and I would love to see him and Gary Antoine get it on.
I don't care who gives him a chance to fight for a belt. It needs to happen sooner than later because he's getting better, right? And the best
Yeah.
part about champions, some people become champions when they over the hump, right? He's only 27. He's got a 100% KO ratio. That's why people are afraid of him. Even if you don't know who Gary Antoine Russell is, even if you don't know who he's fought, you don't know none of his opponents, whatever. When you see 17-0 with 17 knockouts, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, Pitbull don't want no smoke. Pitbull might be the only one that'll give him a chance. Teofimo don't want no smoke with him. Subriel, he said he would give him a chance, but he now fighting Liam Paro, so you know how that goes. Devin Haney is Devin Haney. He's just looking for a bunch of paydays, so you know how that goes, man. It's gonna get crazy, bro. And I think the
Yeah.
reason that Liam Paro is getting that shot, Liam Paro has won 24 times, but he's only knocked out 13 people.
Mm,
Meanwhile, your boy, Gary Antoine Russell has a 100% knockout ratio, bro. It never goes the distance.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Um, my thing is this: I see so much talent, and I'm thinking this year, like one thing I don't want them to do is to cheat us this year. You understand what I'm saying? Before this year's up, they're going to have to make something happen because I'm telling you, we only got probably another year or two, and I'm telling you, that's going to be it. Boxing ain't going to be that interesting. The walls are closing in, and certain people are getting exposed, and people are losing their O's and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to fight. You got to fight. It's no more of this. To me, it should be no more of this Twitter beef. And I say it all the time because that's the worst thing for these fighters to do. You got to start calling, not just calling cats out. You got to start running down on cats. If you got to go to the gym, if you got to pull up at their press conference, even when they not fighting you, do what you got to do. What we saw Earl do this week, we haven't seen that done in a while, where fighters had gotten in the ring and told the fighter, "I'm next." I have to give Earl some credit for that. Y'all talk. Everybody want to talk crazy about his condition and all that. But how many of your favorite fighters is getting in the ring talking about I'm next? I want to fight him next. How many? Nobody wants to give Earl no type of respect for that. They want to sit there and talk about what it is that he need to do and what condition he's in. Well, who the hell are y'all to say what he need to do? Who are y'all to say what he need to do? Y'all favorite fighter is not getting in the ring calling nobody out. Your favorite fighter is too busy on Twitter talking crazy. Make that make sense. Like you feel me, Zeus? The shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. I think that no matter who fights for a belt at 154, um, I think that your boy Bud is looking because for Errol Spence to get up there and do what he did, of course you
Yeah.
got to give him props for it, right? You give him props for it. He's going to be talked about until this fight is made or whatever the case may be. But to be 100% honest, all roads lead through Bud, man. He got to fight Bud again, and he whether he fights, Sebastian Fedora, whether he fights Israel Madrimov, whether he fights Sergey, no matter who he fights, he's gonna fight somebody at 154 with a belt, and I think Bud gonna
But
fight
Bud
somebody
don't.
at
I don't think Bud
154.
wants that, man.
Yeah, Bud definitely he licking his chops right now.
I don't
Bud,
think
Bud,
Bud wants that because my thing is, if that's the case, let's go ahead and make it happen. We don't know. Is Canelo coming up? It's this guy coming up. It's all this. I'm like, well, if we gonna do it, let's do it. We don't need to be sitting here playing no more games. We waited long enough for the first fight. And the first fight only happened because PBC and Showtime was going these separate ways. That's how I felt.
right, right,
They
right,
had to
right,
give.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that. How is it funny that that fight happens the same year that Showtime and PBC go their separate ways?
Nah, facts, facts.
So who's to say if that fight would have happened if PBC and Showtime would have still had their relationship today? So the fight was only forced because it was like, look, man, they going out of bit. Let's make something happen.
Right, right, right.
Let's make something happen, bro. Because this is it. I'm not like I don't think a Bud and I don't think a Bud and Spence happens again, but we're seeing some strange things happen in boxing. We've seen some strange things. I don't know because what it is I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to see it. It's not because of what happened in the fight. Also, it's because these dumbass fans, these so-called fans, they're gonna be on here just bashing Earl. Is like they're gonna be bashing Earl. Like it's gonna be a back and forth thing, almost like the Bloods versus the Crips on there. Study us just coming together as fans and saying, "Yo, listen, yeah, y'all got that first one, but we coming back for that second one," and leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen how people were acting before the fight was even made, and when the fight was made, people behavior was at a like people behavior was crazy. It was at an all time high, and I'm like, these are grown ass people acting like this.
Man, I can't wait to see what happens next, man. 140 is gonna get very interesting. We're only in April. Um, I would love to see, what's next to come up because we got a lot that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So so we'll we'll
yeah.
we'll, we'll see what happens.
It definitely is. And then of course we got the in another week or two, no, in another 2 weeks. Of course, we have the Devin and Ryan. We have to see what that happens at 40. So 40 is very interesting right now. It's very interesting, and and even at 30, I'm gonna get to 35 too. I'm gonna be getting over that. I'm gonna eventually do something about 35 too, when something starts happening. Right now, ain't nothing really happening at 35. Uh, Tank and Frank are probably the only ones that's where we're gonna have a lot to talk about at 35 because I want to see what's gonna happen. Because eventually, those two will go to 40. Tank already did 40 one time and came back down. Frank Martin, I could see him at 40. So it is only going to get interesting as the time go on. But Africa,
Well,
yeah, this Saturday is on, baby.
well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to Manatee, Puerto Rico on June 5th, June 14th, because June 15th, Subriel Matias is fighting Liam Paro. I'm still trying to
Yeah,
get tickets for that. I already got the, everything else set up. I'm trying to get them tickets for that. So I'm gonna go check that out. But 2 weeks later, your boy Teofimo Lopez fighting Steve Claggett. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, Chiafimo and who?
Steve Claggett. They fighting for the WBO junior welterweight title. So
Oh
we'll see how
man,
that
well,
goes.
we gotta see how that go because these guys right here, man, they be calling all these dudes out we never even heard before, or we seen them fight maybe two, three times. And I always said you got to be careful. And they go down a list of picking these dudes in the lower rankings because they figured it'd be easier for them. But sometimes cherry picking can go wrong.
Oh, that's 100% facts.
You gotta be careful with these cherry picks. That's why I can't get mad at Earl too much when he says I'm not looking for a tune-up. You gotta be careful. If y'all don't think that even tune-ups are dangerous, or maybe if you don't look at even the guy, like I said, the guys at the lower rankings, man, I'm not worrying about them. He's ranked number 25. He ain't no damn threat. You can't say that. Oh, hold on, what happened? Gotta finish up some work. All right, I got you. Yeah, you can't say who's a threat and who's not, man. Y'all gotta be very careful with that. You have to be very careful because even guys in the lower rankings are could be a problem. And once again, yeah, just because they're in the lower rankings, that doesn't mean they're not good fighters. Y'all don't understand that. So y'all don't acknowledge them and you don't respect them and you don't want to see them. You got to make that make sense. I was gonna try to stay on here for 3 hours, y'all. That might not happen today. That might not happen today. Sit in this house, kick back and chill. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, like I said, we gotta be careful about who we pick. But whatever. Fighters have to do what they have to do to stay active. They have to do what they have to do to put money on it. To put food on the table. Whatever. All we ask for is the best fights. That's all we ask for. I don't think. Well, there's some fans that so-called fans that ask for more than that. They want to see more than just the best fights. Sometimes they just do a little too much, but we want to see it. That's all we want to do. We ain't trying to ask for too much. Never try to ask for more than what we asking for. But if y'all don't know, because there's so much going on, so much y'all talking about, in case you don't know, and it didn't come across your screen, Richard Hitchins this Saturday, Matchroom. Say it again. Richard Hitchins this Saturday. I believe the press conference tomorrow and the weigh-in is Friday. So of course y'all ain't gonna talk about it like that. Unless something amazing happens, y'all won't talk about it like that. Because y'all will still go around that some way, somehow. They'll find a way around all that. But he is fighting this Saturday. For those that didn't know, I just gotta mention that. And we'll see. Things might get a little interesting. They asked him who he want after this Saturday. Hopefully he'll call some major names. We'll have to see. Because you know how if the guy's not on the same side of the street as you, we know how this can go. Even though you got promoters that's trying to work together, we know how this can go. And we're not trying to see all that. We just want to see the best fights. So we got to wait to see how all this play out. I wasn't gonna try to stay too long on here. You know, we was gonna cut this short anyway because it's already been a long day. I was trying to spend most of the day getting some rest. Um, be back here Friday. Probably well Friday. Probably gonna come back Friday morning and Friday afternoon. I really said the afternoons, and it wasn't supposed to be the mornings. The morning will probably be Instagram. And then come back on YouTube Friday. So, uh, excuse me. That's how I know I got to get off. I'm tired, y'all. If I had people up here, I probably would stay on because they keep me going. But boy, when they not, I am tired. I gotta get me some rest, man. Smash that like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Smash it, smash it, smash it, smash it. Like, share, subscribe, man. So yeah, this Saturday, like I said, it's going down. Also, shouts to USA Metros and Ringmasters Road to the Garden. Um, we'll be at the famous, the most famous gym in the world, Gleason's Boxing Gym. As Ringmasters Road to the Garden continues. Shouts to everybody who's fighting this week. Shouts to my man Josh, man, who was fighting this week. You know what I mean? Champion Breed. Keep fighting. Shout outs. It's gonna be it's gonna be very dope this week. It's a dope week, man. You know we always gotta get out there and support our amateurs. Because in amateur boxing we trust. You know what I mean? Told you that's the new movement right now, man. Amateur boxing we trust. So we got another fight week. If you're in the New York area, might be visiting here for Easter, looking for some fights, pull up to Gleason Boxing Gym, man. Pull up and see how it is. It's very entertaining. Some of the best fighters. A lot of them are not just from New York. Some of them might have moved somewhere else and came to New York. So now, they're New Yorkers now. So yeah, you're gonna just see a different talent, different talents, different backgrounds, a little bit of everything. So just make sure you guys stick around, see it, and that's what we doing, man. We out here working. We out here working and motivating, and then trying to enjoy the sport as much as we can. So let's try to do that. Let's try to do it as much as we can. Let's try to appreciate it as much as we can. Let's try not to complain. Let's try to focus on when this fight week. Let's give some of these fighters some of that respect. Let's at least do that if we can't do nothing else. But when you have to keep talking about the same five fighters, that's just a slap in the face. Y'all don't realize that. Y'all not gonna realize it because you feel like you're doing what's best for your channel. Go ahead. More power to you. More power to you. You got to do what you have to do. What works, whatever works for you. I ain't gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you, man. We all got to do what's work for us. But you know me, it's no duck zone. I'm not gonna duck anything. I'm gonna bring it to you as real as I can. Um, I want to see my boy Hitchins um, with maybe a TO. Maybe it could be a pit bull. Hell, maybe it can be a Regis. Antoine, Matias, who knows? But he definitely deserves that shot. Um, how fast would that be? We don't know. We don't know. We can't say. We have to sit back and see how it plays out. We definitely have to sit and see how it plays out. I want to say shout out to my brother Zeus for coming up here. Shout out to everybody who comes up here and supports all the time. I appreciate every single last one of y'all for even just taking the time to come up when I come up on here. Rather, if you want to agree with what I say or not, it doesn't matter. This podcast is not called the Do You Agree With Me podcast. It's called the No Duck Zone. And nothing is going to be ducked, especially when it needs to be brought up. It is what it is, man. But I love every single last one of y'all. Like I said, I'll be back. You know me already. I'll be back and we'll talk this boxing again, man. Peace and blessings to everybody, man. Everybody be safe out there. Safe travels. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing nothing this Saturday, once again, my man Africa, he'll be on this week. I'm sure y'all know. In case y'all don't know, because some of y'all acting like y'all don't know, because y'all being too blindsided and acting stupid, like y'all don't know that he's fighting this week. Well, he is, just for the ones who don't know. So if you don't know, now you know. All right. Love all y'all. Be safe out there. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.